what's up? Wait a minute, y'all. Allergy season. Anyway, I said I wasn't going to do a car video today, but you know, the Great Pumpkin. Good Lord, good. Oh, yeah, the Great Pumpkin put something on a brother's heart. You know, the Great Pumpkin, of whom Linus is his prophet and Pumpkinhead is his only begotten son. Pumpkinhead is from the Wizard of Oz series. Yeah, I gotta get deep into it. But anyway, as I was, you know me, I always check my comments. People still commenting on that 5 types of sex video. And I always get attacks on that video. And not from women, really. Like, women might have slight disagreements over lust and transactional sex, but they always respectful. Dudes straight up be attacking me. Talking some shit. Nah, y'all. Rom Diesel. Y'all wanna fuck with me. You wanna fuck with me and shit physically and shit. Your bench press better start at 315. Anyway, right? Anyway, but they trying to attack. And at first, I just delete them. Depending on the comment, may just block them. But I thought about it because I thought about brother C Boogie. He said over what he's saying, people ready to fight him, which I think is crazy. It's like you want to fight a dude who grew up in Baltimore. Trust me, anybody been in Baltimore know what I'm saying. You want to fight a dude who grew up in Baltimore and has fought in Iraq. And though he probably won't tell us, probably got some confirmed kills. Yeah, because he said something to upset you. And see, the whole thing is this. Many men out here don't want to face reality. Seriously. Like, women have the luxury of going through life with rose-colored glasses. Because trust me, there's always somebody who will take care of a woman. If she keep herself halfway up, somebody will take care of her. Trust me. Because that's just our nature to protect and provide anyway. That's really our nature. And if a smart woman, all she had to do is act like she helpless enough, some dude going to take care of her. So they have a luxury to do dumb shit and not to face what's out here. Men don't. Men don't have a luxury of doing that. Men do not, because look, first of all, we bear the consequences for any actions. And especially in this culture, black men, but all men really, but especially black men. You know, you have a misstep, you can be that church going dude. You can wear a suit and tie every day. You can do all this stuff. And some cop will still have a gun to your head, or you could lose half your stuff in a divorce, or you could be paying child support for a child that, quite frankly, might not be yours to begin with. So any man has to go through life. We can't get mad if we hear something we disagree with, or get mad at the person who bring it, because that's all that is. A lot of people want to a lot of men want to stay in a rose-colored reality so badly, they ready to fight anybody who contradicts it. You know, they don't ignore it or anything if they don't believe it, but they ready to. And really, deep down, they do believe it. They do believe it, but people go through life with a certain ego. And I've talked about that before, checking that ego. And what I meant by it, just to be clear, it was not about not having an ego. An ego is important, but it's about not letting it get you in trouble. And regardless, even if something hurts you, and this is especially for the younger, well, all men, because I met some guys in their 40s and 50s still walking around with rose-colored glasses. I'm like, how'd you make it this far? And usually you check with them or something, they living with a relative or not doing anything with their lives. Be about 60 years old talking about, I don't know what to do. Yeah. Anyway, that's another conversation. But men cannot go out here. Men can't walk around not facing reality. Understand? See, women can do stuff, and women by nature don't take accountability. It's almost to the point it's silly for men to really ask. Even when I ask them to do so, they don't. I'm just like, that to me is like a suggestion. It's like, hey, maybe just take accountability. I don't expect it, but see, men have to. Men have to. I don't care who the man is, what his mental capacity is, how much money he make, where he live. We are expected to take responsibility and face the consequences for our actions. And as a result, because we have to face those consequences, we gotta go into every single situation like we know. We can't go in with rose-colored glasses. We gotta look at something and see it for exactly what it is. And we can't get mad at somebody for contradicting our shit. Like when people say something that contradicts something I say, I'll just be like, okay. And I'll just take it in consideration. I'll research it or something. I don't get mad. Even some people might think I might get mad at something they say in the comments or something. I'm never mad. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, the only thing if somebody's stupid enough to say anything, I might be a little perturbed. But even then, if somebody is talking about something, not focused on me, but the argument or their perspective, a lot of times, I actually look at it harder if it's in contradiction to what I'm thinking. Now, sometimes I might look at the argument and say, nah, because I know better, but sometimes they might hit me with something I hadn't thought about. It's like, oh, okay, damn, let me think about that. Let me look at that. But the key part is they facing the reality. And that, that's something we all got to do. And the fact of the matter is, there's always different angles to something. Like reality's big because you can't see everything. Any one person can't see anything. But the problem I get is when I see grown men who get mad at somebody for saying something or for shattering their reality. I'll use that 5 types of sex thing. A lot of guys, the reality that shattered for a lot of guys thought they had a woman. Or they thought they were doing something with that woman. Then they look back. I made a lot of men look back and say, oh, wait a minute. Only got sex from her every time I just took her out. She never initiated. Or she was just a starfish. All of a sudden, some dudes thought they were the man doing something, lying to themselves. And really, that's the biggest problem with humans, period. Not just men, but on this channel, I'm addressing men. Just lying to yourself. And that's really the most courageous thing a man could do is not fight 5 other men, not run into a fire, not do any daredevil thing, but the most courageous thing a man can do is look in the mirror and face his own false beliefs. And like I always say, and I've said this on my Deep Thought channel, I'm not a guru. I know shit because I had to do it. Shit. I had to like face some stuff. I had to look in the mirror and say, hold up, maybe I was the one fucking up there. Maybe I was in the wrong there. And it's tough. It's tough because your ego want to like blame everybody else. But what a man does, he owns his shit. Even if somebody else does something, even if they at fault, the part that a man has to do is say, okay, well, what was it in me that allowed it to go this far? What was it in me? Yeah, this person just played me, but what was it in me that allowed this person to play me? Or what was it in me? Like if you're being bullied, like, and not necessarily just in a schoolyard, but just period. What was it in, you gotta ask yourself, what was it in you this person thought they could do that? Or that allowed that to happen? Or at work, what was it at work that allowed somebody to say anything to you? Like I've been on some jobs and like usually I'm quiet on the job at first, especially when I'm trying to figure out the social dynamics, the politics, and peaceful. And I've been on some jobs where you always get that one person who think, oh, he's peaceful, I can say whatever to him. And then whenever I'm ready to bust him in the face, they like, oh shit, okay. And I'll just say this, I've actually sat in human resources for that reason, ironically. Not for the sex thing, like most people will, but for being ready to bust somebody in the face. And I mean that shit. That's one thing I learned. You don't compromise your integrity even for a job. And somebody was trying to make me compromise my integrity. And I was like, fuck that. It is what it is. Seriously. I put my job on the line. And that's another conversation. A man got to be a man 24/7, not even for a job. Don't hold yourself out even for a job. Don't compromise your manhood. Because you had, like I said, these instances, you had people mistook me being quiet for me being a punk. But the reality, that's part of the facing what I had to face, because then I had to say to myself, okay, this situation happening. What is it about me that allowed it? And one thing I realized, it was like, oh yeah, I'm quiet. And some people mistake that. But at the same time, you know, sometimes if some you change something, that's like, okay, I got established early. I don't feel like playing early. So that's why I get on some job. I'll buck somebody right away and shit. It's just like, oh, okay, we don't want to fuck with Ron. So, you know, but that's just life. That's just life. You got to face reality, and you got to face yourself. That's the danger. That's the greatest thing a man has to do, is face himself. Because then once he faces himself, once he deal with his own shit, then he can deal with everything else. Because like in warfare, the best way to defeat an enemy is really find the weaknesses that they have within themselves. But if you don't have weaknesses within yourself, you can't be defeated. Damn, motherfucker, you want to cover all this shit out? Like cut the motherfucking grass. Man, I gotta go get my crown. Yeah, I gotta keep my pretty smile up. Anyway, y'all, that's it. I said, like I said, the great pumpkin moved me. Whose only begotten son is Pumpkinhead. Good Lord. Hey, y'all, I got to go. Talk to y'all.